Did work. All right. Cool beans. Hi, everybody. Sorry for the late start on today's live. It was supposed to start at 9, but naturally had a couple of little tech issues using the new software. Highly recommend that you check it out. So today we're going to be optimizing the Google My Business profile. How do we do it? Why the hell is it important? Of course, all that stuff is going to be a little bit more in depth than a because you need it, but that's what we're here for today. So I do not have a guest today, but if you guys do have any questions, please drop them down in the comments, speak up on the Twitter spaces, or anything along those lines. Appreciate it. All right, so what is Google My Business? Google My Business is this little tiny profile that you get that features yourself right on the right-hand side, the right-hand panel of the Google search. It's mostly used in local business. Now, occasionally you will show up if you service a larger area. So if I service, let's say, Las Vegas, Henderson, and Canada, I might show up in Canada occasionally. So that's one reason why it's so important, is because you've got your own little listing. So if somebody searches for your brand name, there's going to show you, your hours, your website, and other contact information, and a couple of other little cool things that they have added in the last couple of years. So Google My Business is super important. It's when somebody searches up near me, a lot of the time, the first thing that's at the very top, what we call the Google 3-pack, and that's where you want to end up, obviously, is 3 businesses that fit the description of what you're trying to do. So if you type in burger restaurants near me, chances are the first 3 are going to be a McDonald's, a Wendy's, or something like that, because they're the most relevant. Now, occasionally you'll have a little mom and pop if you are, more close to them, and they have their optimized listing. This is how small businesses get ahead. So let's kind of jump into how to optimize your profile. So optimizing your profile is always going to be something. We're going to be doing it live here on the camera. And let's go ahead and jump. All right. So we're going to be setting up a brand new Google My Business profile. As many of you guys know, I did recently leave GDM. So I'm on my own again, and I need to make a new one. So we're going to be doing it together today. Let's go ahead and pop open the proper tab. Second time's the charm. All right, so now I've got the old listing pulled up. So I actually need to decommission this one, which will be for a later topic. It's also good to know I really don't like using it personally, but it's there if you prefer to use. You just search up your brand name onto Google, and you can actually manage the listing directly on the Google search. Like I said, not my preferred method because, well, it's just not my fave. All right, so first of all, let me switch over into my other account so we can start from scratch. All right, so we want to set up a brand new listing. This is going to bring us leads. This is going to bring us more brand awareness locally, and is actually the first step among many. It's not a one step and done process, obviously, but this is the first step to local SEO and really building that brand awareness locally. All right, it's going to play around with me like this. Stay here. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Oh, no. Oh, wait, never mind. That was the old one. So we are going to go down here to businesses, add a business. Now this is, of course, if you already have one, you're going to go through this process. If not, you're going to go from the main page, log into your Google account, and it'll walk you through this flow. So the first thing that you're going to do is obviously walk through the flow. Um, the flow gives you the basic optimizations that you're going to need. This is going to be the basis, of course. Now, we're going to go a little further today and go into that. So find your business. It might be already on Google. Chances are, if somebody has tried to find you by brand name, it'll be there in some way, shape, or form. But for me, I am starting from scratch, so I have to for me, personal brand, I'm using my personal brand and 3 keywords to make sure that I show up more relevantly. So let's put me in marketing consultant as my primary, and you will be able to add 2 or 3 more. I think it's 2 once we finish this walkthrough. All right. No, I service people online. Walk through the flow. It's not too difficult. I don't care. All right, then we will do that instead. Add as many as you've got. Under construction. Ask you to verify, I'm sure. Unless it's the same one. All right, so people do not visit my home address, but that's fine. So what Google's going to do is they're going to send me over a little postcard that says, thank you for joining Google My List or Google My Business. Here's your little PIN code, and it will give you a little offer for the Google ads more often than not. Let me grab the text real quick. Sorry, Twitter, if you fell out right there. All right, cool. Nice. All right, so this is one place where you are going to start to get your most traffic. So first of all, if they do suggest one to you and you do use it, obviously help train the Google My Business AI, and give it a little nugget of information. Anyway, so other than that, I'm going to go ahead and add a custom service because I don't do telemarketing. So for me, add that. Sorry, every time I type in my hours, the song pops into my head and I can't help myself. Should really have the copy to all. That'd be much helpful. Anyway, but real quick, why this is so important, and you want to make sure that this is consistent across the web. We have something in SEO called a NAP. NAP stands for name, address, and phone. So as long as those 3 are consistent across the board, you are already a step ahead. But making sure that when you fill out your Facebook page, when you fill out other places, that it's all consistent. Google takes into account when you don't have consistency. Sure, why not? All right, so your business description. Now, let's sit here for a minute during the flow, and we'll talk about this for a second. So this is going to have a lot of keywords in it. So we want to avoid something in SEO called keyword stuffing. That's where we use just digital marketing consultant, and really, really go for every single keyword that you can possibly think of, just in a random string of sentences, and sometimes just firing off a ton of keywords. We want to make this still engaging because think about, not only is the person going to be reading it, but it also has to be nice for Google's algorithms. So keeping that in mind, let's go ahead and write up a 750 character business description. 155 characters, sorry, I'll show up in your Google SERPs. So keep that in mind also when you are writing all of your business descriptions. So I'm just going to go ahead and get something pretty similar to my other one. I can type right, that'd be great. So I can type plenty on Medium today, but I guess today we can't spell millennial. We can't spell anything here. All right. I don't like to chunk things up too much, especially when people are, looking at that. They don't want to read a whole paragraph. Telling me it's time to make sure you went live, my man. Wow, I'm really not doing hot with my spelling, huh? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this off right now because I don't want to spend more time on this than necessary. But use all 750 characters. I'll go back here later and beef it up. If you guys are interested, I will screenshot it and leave it in the comments for later. All right, so add photos of your business. So I want to pull this open so that we can all see what Google's most up-to-date guidelines are. So the logo, the cover photo, and the business photos. So let's find out about different kinds of business photos because there are some restrictions, but there we go. Here's some content policies, correct size, follow the guidelines. Just wait. All right. All right, cool. Now we've got to the next page. All right, so exterior photos of your business. So if you have a store, a restaurant, this is a perfect place. Interior photos. So thinking about if you have a dining room or a lobby where you'd like to kind of give a place where people should be, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. Dentist's office inside the back end area is a great place to be. Product photos, always keep sure. If you guys have questions about how to take product photos, I do have a video on my YouTube that has a little walkthrough on how to take the best photos. Photos at work, I personally, I try to shy away from these, mostly because I don't like having pictures of myself out there, but, well, it's up for them. Food and drink photos, common areas, rooms, team photos. The team photos I will concede on because, there needs to be a team photo. So anyway, keeping those in mind, grab a few photos of your business. I don't have any on hand. I did not prepare them for this live, so I'm going to go ahead and skip it. Sorry, everybody. Once again, here is your first offer for your Google Ads. So I would suggest claiming your credit. I've already got my credit and in my Google Ads account, so I unfortunately cannot claim it again. But now we have the basic Google My Business listings shown up. Well, maybe not. We'll wait for it to finish thinking. Da-na-na-na. All right, come on. Whoa, that's a just so everybody can kind of see this. This is a really smart strategy. This is what we. This would be a great advertising strategy for somebody that has a listing company or a directory company that sells sponsored listings. So this phrase, "my business," while pretty competitive with some of these bigger ones here, but I'm also kind of taking a look at what are people paying for these, and this is an amazing place. Just a side note. But anyway, so now we've got my little Google My Business listing, not publicly visible until I get my verification postcard in the email. Other than that, if you do not have a website, I would suggest going over to Google Sites, setting up a quick landing page to gather information until your real website is online. Mine is simply missing a domain. So I have to go and put that together. But at the most basic, that's how you get your Google My Business listing all set up. So we're going to go ahead and edit the profile and get a little deeper. Um, so I want to go into the dash. All right. I guess this will do. So this is one of the things I was mentioning earlier that didn't have, or that is a newer addition. I don't have an approximate date for when it came about, but that really doesn't matter. So adding an update to your business, you can do this, and oh, I guess I have to wait. But what you can do is create little tiny posts. I will actually show you what one looks like by going and looking at my old. So So this is what it's going to look like once it's posted. So this right here is, I highly recommend it. It's another place where you can push keywords out on a continuous basis. So taking another look at this one right here. Um, whoop. So let's pop this open so you can kind of see what a longer description looks like. No, stop. Come back. Maybe? Okay, there we go. So here is one that uses, I believe it's 5 or 6 characters short of 750, but you know, trying to use as much as possible. And as you can see, we were listed across a whole bunch of different places. So, you know, making sure that everything stays consistent across the board, um, and making sure that when I've got an address, a phone number, a name, everything is spelled correctly. There's no that this one has GIT capitals, making sure that there's not one that's all lowercase, or capital G lowercase I, or I and T. Sorry. Anyway, so that's what a proper Google My Business listing looks like. So let's get back into the dashboard real quick and wrap this live up today. Told you guys it would be a quick one. It's not too difficult. Most of the time, it's just what do I do, and well, how do I get to that point? So keeping right over here, manage your reviews right here. I strongly suggest keeping an eye on your insights, just to see how well you're doing over time, pre-optimization, post-optimization, measure your results. If you want to track all of the calls, during the the onboarding flow, you saw that it had call tracking. You'd manage those right here. Same with the messages. Adding new photos, going to click here into the photos, managing all of your bookings. Recently, they said that they can book directly inside of the Google My Business profile. Adding all your products and services with full descriptions. Each one of those has, I think it's 250 characters. So look, these are out of date, obviously, but 300 characters. Fill it out. Give all of, be transparent. If you can't leave your price up there for whatever reason, whatever, delete a service, add a new one down at the bottom here. All right, guys. So that's a pretty quick walkthrough of how the Google My Business profile works, why you need it, and the basic optimization to get it up to par. If you guys need help, please send me an email, drop a comment, send me a DM. I'm always happy to help. Make sure that you also connect this over to the Google Marketing Suite so that it talks to all of your Google ads and all of your other Google services. All right, guys, it's been great having you guys here on the live today. And I hope that this was at least some bit of helpful for you. If you guys have any questions, or if you have, well, honestly, any questions or feedback, I would be open and appreciative of everything. Um, have a wonderful Wednesday. Love and light. Namaste.